Human sexuality is a part of who we are, so it is good and it is even wise to ask questions like, once I start courting somebody, are we allowed to do anything?
Do anything? Like what? Go get ice cream? Play canasta? Oh, wait. I know what you mean. Let's do it. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Now, I don't know what we're supposed to expect from a show called Wretched, but they're gonna tell us just how nasty it is to do the nasty. Take it away there, Spanky.
Physical things build. They always do. Yeah. So once you go mouth to mouth, you are going to move past mouth to mouth. You just are.
Okay, dude, this is mouth to mouth. What you're describing is kissing, or necking, or sucking face. Whatever. And what you're saying describes a hell of a lot more about your lack of willpower than it does about anybody else. Speak for yourself, kiddo.
And so I would strongly recommend not going mouth to mouth and fighting the good fight, that on your wedding day, for the first time being the time that you kiss your spouse.
Your wedding day. Your bleeping censored wedding day is the first time you kiss. So neither of you knows how to do it, or what it'll feel like. You don't know if one of you is a drooler, or, like one of my exes, thinks the tongue is supposed to swirl around like an outboard motor. You'll be up there. The priest, I'm assuming your wedding will be done by a priest, says you may kiss the bride, and there, in front of all your family and friends, the two of you will awkwardly, without any idea what you're doing, try to make smoochies. And only then do you discover if you'll bump noses, or if both of you want to tilt your head to the same side. It's getting to be a tired cliche at this point, but let me just say that I wouldn't buy a car I hadn't test-driven first.
You do one thing, you will do more. It doesn't stop, because lust never has brakes.
Exactly.
I've never quite understood why self-denial is so inherent in religion, or at least the Abrahamic religions. Why is it so important to not play along with lust? As long as everybody involved is totally on board with it and informed, where's the problem? Honestly, I swear there's an 11th commandment that says thou shalt not have any fun.
Physicality can be a distraction.
Kind of like TV can, only more interactive. Totally not seeing the problem.
And so I'm not trying to be puritanical.
Too late.
I'm just saying that you get that engine started, it has a tendency to run. And you get it up to 20 and it's impossible to stop.
Last I checked, things with engines tend to have brakes. And maybe the reason you find it impossible to stop is because you never let yourself open the throttle once in a while. All that stored up need for speed, and you won't let yourself in the passing lane every now and then. It can't be healthy.
The more physicality you introduce into the relationship, the more you're not going to talk, you're not going to wrestle with difficult things. You will fill the silence, not with searching for heart, but rather just with physicality.
What, are you kidding me? You honestly think that if you have sex once, you'll never do anything but bump uglies ever again? Except, you're married, aren't you? Surely you've had your share of rumpy-pumpy. Are you saying you and your wife never talk anymore? Or is marriage some magical barrier past which sex no longer takes hold of you and dominates your life? Or maybe, just maybe, if you're not super hung up about getting busy in the first place, you might be able to have sex without it dominating your every moment and still respecting your significant other.
It robs you of what God wants to build in you, and that will need to be repaired later down the road if you sacrifice it early on. If you don't sacrifice it early on, then it won't have to be repaired later on.
So it is some sort of magical barrier that gets crossed. I'd like to see how that works. Evidence, please.
What if he's a bad kisser? Train that fool.
Yeah, 'cause everybody wants to get married to a real fixer-upper. And telling someone they kiss like a gagging goldfish is such an easy, no-conflict discussion to have that can't possibly hurt anybody's feelings.
Matt Chandler, sorry.
That's kind of my reaction too, but probably not for the same reason.
I've heard that before. Well, what if we're not compatible? Somehow, for the history of the human race, which is give or take 6,000 years or whatever Ken Ham says it is.
Oh, crikey, you listen to Ken Ham? No wonder you people sound like delusional chowderheads.
We've somehow figured it out, and you will too.
Oh, I've got it figured out. The secret is to have consensual, protected sex and not obsess over it. Seems to work wonders. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please think. Reading videos has been found to cause fresher breath, enhanced metabolism, and greater sexual magnetism.